Good afternoon, everybody. My name is Participatory from Tuskegee University. I'm a PhD student in the second year. Today, I'm here to share with you on one of the research which meant on taking agricultural technology in the hands of the people. We normally focus on the farmers. So my research will be was on integrating conventional and participatory breeding approaches in assessment of dry bean varieties for farmer-preferred traits. So it's estimated that 400 million people eat dry beans as part of their daily regular diet, and production per se is almost 12 million metric tons at a global level. And this crop is adapted to a wide range of environment from low to high altitudes. And nutritional is rich in several nutrients. It's rich in dietary fiber, micronutrients, protein, folic acids, as well as carbohydrates. But also it has the ability to fix nitrogen. As you can see on the top of this, on your right, this shows this is just a narrow variation of dry bean varieties, and this is the crop when it is in the field. Why this study? Through different approaches, through literature, through conversation with farmers, farmers have been increasingly looking for the improved bean varieties. And what was farmers looking for? Those beans which are characterized with early maturity, round seed types, disease tolerant or they are disease resistant, drought tolerant, market seed classes, as well as those varieties which are adapted in different agroecologies. But also we found that, okay, for this integration, how should we come up with the farmers? We found in order for farmers to adopt the technologies, farmers should be involved in variety selection. But also farmers normally have the ability to confirm their awareness, acceptance, adoption, as well as the diffusion of the developed agricultural technologies. The variety selection should be conducted around the harvest time to give a room for the farmer to observe what is going on in the field, because they believe by seeing. So this approach gives a farmers an opportunity to assess and select the varieties from a range of near-finished varieties. I'm talking near-finished because we as researchers, we do our research, screening the greenhouse, screening the field, and then at the end, we took those, the superior one, then we put it to the farmer to judge which one can be adopted. So the main objective was to assess the effect of integrated participatory breeding approaches in the bean varieties for farm-preferred traits, specifically on identifying early maturing, disease-tolerant, and high-yielding varieties. At the same time, identify the market seed classes that are preferred by farmers, traders, as well as consumers. So we had two approaches. The first approach was in the field. Then at maturity, farmers were engaged on the selection. So we had 8 bean varieties. We had 4 agroecologies ranging from 995 to 2014 meters above sea level, 2 growing seasons in a randomized complete block design, 3 replications, 50 centimeters from row to row, 20 centimeters from plant to plant, 4 rows per plot with a square meter of 4.2. Then the 2 centered rows were the one which was considered for data collection. Then we did a disease severity score using a scale of 1 to 9. 1 being that is non-pathogenic, and then 9 being pathogenic. At crop maturity, each location, we identified 17 farmers, 46 being women. Trait concern was early maturity, drought tolerance, and market preferences, seed size. The selection conducted using different approaches. the absolute ranking, pairwise ranking, as well as matrix ranking. So what we found in the field is that there were significant differences on days to maturity, days to flowering, also in some two economical diseases, angular leaf spot and the common bacterial blight, both 2014-15 growing season and 2015-16. Two varieties named Cat B1 and Cat B9 showed less number for days to flowering and the full maturity compared to the checks. They show 31 days and the other at flowering, and then 75 days at maturity. The average under combined analysis, there was significant differences on yield. The highest one gave, the first location gave 1690.46 kilograms per hectare, followed with the second location, which gave 1392.3935 kilograms per hectare. The third one 1146, and the last one gave 881.26. Then it showed that in 2015-16 had an average yield of, under the combined one, in terms of growing season, 2015-16 had an average yield of 1338.869, while the 2014-15 showed on average 1217. And as you see, even the disease which was high on those areas which show low production. This is the combined analysis in different locations. You can see some had some significant based on the growing season. You can see the second column, there's no significance in one of the sites, but when on another year it shows significance. So this is just the combined one in 4 locations. So under aspect on selection, focusing on farmers' preferences, you can see this was number of bean varieties tested, and the first one, which is Cat B1, showed had 6 participants on those between 17 showed a preference on this one, and they ranked number 1, and then the Cat B1 ranked number 2. This was the 2 in one of the locations. Then when you come to pairwise method, whereby you compare one variety to the other, then we found in terms of score, the Cat B1 had a score of 5, and the Cat B9 have a score of 4 on one of the locations, although the other checks had the exact score. But when we combine the 4 scores from different locations, we found these 2 selected more. And on matrix method, whereby we look on the criteria, then we compare with the varieties, and then we give out the score, and then we give out the length. You can see the first criteria was grade market quality. This was the first. This was the major criteria which was considered by farmers, and it gave a score of 28 and ranked number 1. And when you come to the next criteria, high yield, then it gave a score of 27. And then the third one was early maturity. Those are the criteria which were used on selecting these materials. And when you come to the varieties, unfortunately it doesn't show here, but all these ones too showed better, what was preferred by farmers. So only farm and the farmers data revealed that Cat B1 and Cat B9 to be released, and they were officially authorized for commercial use in February 2018. That's by the regulatory authority. These are the 2 varieties which was preferred 2 of them. This is category 1 and category 9, based on the criteria which we looked for. This is, we took some picture when we were doing some selections. This is just a normal visit, regular visit to the farmers. So in conclusion, the selected bean varieties reduce the existing bean seed availability gap, and it increased the diversity of bean varieties. Farmers had had the chance to choose which one to go for, and then we enhanced food security and income generations because of the preferences, but also enable the farmers to select varieties for their choice for better adoption and diffusion. Also, the approach reviewed the ARD theme, which says that making critical contribution to rural prosperity and the challenges in food and agriculture. This study will be published in next month from tomorrow on April 15 in Journal of Agricultural Science and the Canadian Center of Science and Education. So far, I wish to acknowledge all the people who involved. IBS PhD program at the university, the government of Tanzania, I'm from Tanzania, the PhD advisors, committee members, these logos, the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation was the one who funded the project, CRT, a project partner, LRD, that's why I'm here, Tuskegee University, that's why I'm here. Thank you so much.